Hello and welcome to Silent Mystics Finding Your Voice. I'm Geraldine. I'm one of the co-hosts along with my good friend Diana. And we are here every Monday at 3:33 to bring you guests from all over the world to talk about the mystical, the magical, and sometimes the unexplainable. So we are so excited for today's guest, and I'm going to turn this party over to Diana and let her introduce her to you all.
I love it when you let me have the party. I like that line, the party line, because I love having parties. So let's get the party started. Our guest this week is Sharon Boyle. We're so happy to have Sharon join us. She is, to me, I've watched her blossom. I remember when she was so afraid to come on live, and then she started showing us her sound healing techniques with the bowls, and it has grown and grown into something really incredible, really beautiful. So I am so happy to share this show with Sharon Boyle. Sharon, just go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's get it started.
Yes, hello everyone. Yes, well, basically I've been interested in healing for quite a long time, and the mystical, the magical, the fairies, the elementals, the whole works over the years. Had lots of little experiences happen to me throughout my lifetime, which I've just put down to, oh, it must be this or it must be that and what have you. And it's taken until about 3-4 years ago when I fully awakened and realized that all the magical things that I've put down to other excuses were actually real. And once you realize that and start that process, it is a very magical, interesting, crazy and bizarre journey. So I wasn't sure which way I was going to go with things, but through various things that happened in my life, I've chosen sound therapy and the bowls to channel my healing to everyone. So yeah, and I'm Scottish, but I live in southern England now, southwest England for the warmer weather, and I've got 3 lovely children, and that's a little bit about me.
Great, Sharon.
I am so excited too to have you here with us today. And Sharon, we were talking earlier before when we were in the room prior to going on live about the fact that for those of you out there that know Sharon, she spends a lot of time in nature. And so you post a lot of videos and a lot of different things, but you've had quite an experience with elementals and the fairy kingdom, etc. What's that like for you? And for those out there who may have had that experience but didn't know what they were having, what's that like?
Oh yeah, I mean, it is amazing. I mean, certain things have happened to me and you think it's a trick of the light or whatever, but as I say, I kind of see the magic in everything. For example, I have in my garden, I've got a red currant shrub. And one day I was just sat in the garden and looking over, and I could see the green man. I'm sure you've all heard of the green man within this bush. And when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, get the camera, everything's got to be photographed or videoed and put onto Facebook. But yes, I go out into nature a lot, and I can see, for example, when we do the cloud scrying, and you can see so much in the clouds, I can see everything within everything. And with the light language is something I'm just kind of delving into and learning a little bit about. And I've had experiences from the past that I now know must have been that. And it comes in various forms, excuse me. There can be the light language with the hand gestures, the verbal, and then also with the visual. And it's about capturing the light at the right moment, and you can perceive and receive the most magical things. One of my photographs I'll post up is it almost looks like I described it as the rib cage of life. So you've got kind of orbs all around, and then the light comes in almost like a rib cage, And I remember when I saw this, I was incredibly excited, and again photographed and put that up as well. But like you were saying earlier about people, you put things down and it moves and you're not quite sure where it is, and you find it somewhere else and you're sure something's gone on, you know, or things will happen with light switches and doors and things like this in the house as well. Every time it happens, my heart will always pound, you know, because I think, oh my goodness, you know, because all of the gifts that I have certain gifts, and I haven't had a chance to fully explore or delve into any particular area with it all, because I've been so busy with the children in my life. So it's been great to be able to come through and bring my healing through with the bowls. And once this COVID thing is over and the children are back at school and I've got more time, it'll be really lovely to dedicate more time to developing the other types of gifts that I have, because I'm also quite clairvoyant as well. So much I will predict, and I always find that very fascinating. And also the clairaudience I get when I'm just drifting off to sleep, and I'll hear voices, and it comes in quite loud in my ears, and I was putting it down to before, perhaps it's just a memory, it's like an audio memory that's just pops in my head, you know, you've got so much going on in your life and you close your eyes and you've got your visuals and your audio. But yes, I hear a bit more of that, so I'd like to develop that a bit more. And I see figures and things, but I've not seen any clear visions with my eyes open with regard to spirit. I feel and I sense spirit in so many ways. You know, your heart will pound faster. You'll feel very, very warm, particularly if I'm in contact with my angels, which is all the time, and I ask for any particular type of healing, because I had this problem with the shoulder and neck recently. I'll call them in. I can feel that intense heat, almost like they're giving me a massage. And I could just feel this warm, comforting, supporting energy. And it's just amazing. So there's a lot of things that I've kind of had little snippets of that I want to pursue further and, you know, see what comes through for that when I have a little more time, you know.
Right. It's difficult when there's children involved. I know it's like, I didn't really have any idea who I was when I had all those kids. And then I was just so busy, and they distract you from your quietness. And it's in the solitude that we discover our gifts. I really believe that. So when we've got so much noise around us all the time, it's really hard to hear. And it's hard to know. I would feel it. I would feel things. And I was like, what is that? But I didn't have the time to really dive into it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And one evening, not so long ago, about 2 weeks ago, I was lying in bed and I could swear someone was lying next to me breathing. And I was like, oh, you know, I was a little bit.
All right, a little close now. Set
like,
some boundaries.
But, you know, I've got my protection and my bubble around me and everything else. So, you know, I'm sure it would be either my dear granny who's in heaven or someone else of that nature. But yeah, that was a little bit frightening when that first happened. I could hear the breathing next to me. I was like, ooh. Okay. in the dark, you know, I had to put the light on for a little while, you know, just to ease it. So yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah, that would be
definitely. Sorry.
No, it would be a little disconcerting. I've had experiences like that before. I knew that I was a medium. I would have experiences where I would sense somebody would come in and sit on the bed, and I'd look down. I'm like, there's nobody there. But I would see the imprint, like there was a fanny on the bed.
Yeah,
I definitely felt them sit down, and it used to just scare me. I just didn't know anything about what I was or what was going on. And certain smells, I would smell this, or I would wake up and see this over the top of me or whatever, and I was really scared by it. So it's good once you start to realize who you are, and you can learn how to deal with that stuff too.
Absolutely. Yes, because I get stressed.
How do you deal with it? I mean, for those out there that are just starting to maybe have this experience or whatever, is there, like, I'm sure my heart would be like, I mean, I smell things, but how do you, that's a lot more intense than just getting a whiff of somebody going by you. What do you do? What do you, in that circumstances?
I get my sage out and
me too. I start calling in Archangel Michael. Come on. If I need protection, you definitely call in help, don't you?
Yeah, I call in the angels, and then if I haven't got my protective amulet on, I'll pop that on, and the sage and the works, and and because I know I'm constantly saging and calling upon my angels, and they're working with me, and ancestors and spirits and everything all the time, I know that I'm pretty much protected. But when something like that happens, you just have to make sure, and deal with it that way. But I'm so lucky that I've had the support of my online friends, because I don't have anyone around me who is into that kind of thing, and I've had to let friends go, because for one reason or another, and for my better good and my sanity, I've had to let people go out of my life. So I don't have that network of friends physically around me to support me. So it's been through Facebook, it's been my absolute saviour, and I've just built up friends over the past 3 to 4 years, which have been there to help me through everything. So if I've ever had an experience and I'm really unsure, I can just turn to anyone and they'll put my mind at ease. But because I've heard so much through everyone else's experiences, I feel quite comfortable in it. A little bit of a fright when I felt the breathing next to me in the bed, but generally everything else, all the little things I see out in nature and in my meditation times, I feel quite comfortable with, because I love it when I have my meditation time, and I meditate both with eyes open and closed, but with my eyes closed, that's when I can see a lot, and that's when I can go off and travel. And I see, to describe it, I always see a lot of situations and scenes. It's almost like a black and white movie. So I kind of, so I'm kind of travel down through this kind of tunnel thing, and then I come out and everything's going on. People, places, horses and carts, whatever it may be, in vivid detail. And I'm thinking, I'm sure this isn't a film I've seen or something like that. When it first started, I thought this is definitely, these are definitely visions. I'm definitely, whether it's past lives or whatever,
what I would tell you.
These things are happening, with my eyes closed.
You're journeying. Yeah. I started doing that too, and I was like, what is this? And that's literally you seeing yourself in different lifetimes. And really, there's no time. We've made it up. It's all really happening, it's all happening right at the same time. We just have this way of compartmentalizing it. So you kind of crossing over, you have many dimensions, many different parts of you. You've played a lot of different parts, different roles. And so sometimes when you get more active, you learn more about it, you're able to go into it just starts playing out like a movie in front of you. It's the most incredible thing. And I've learned now to just go ahead and let it roll, because I'm learning more about me. I'm seeing another layer of myself. It's really incredible. It's good that you're having those experiences.
Yeah. So I've had that for about 2 years, 2 to 3 years, something like that. So lots of little things all going on in all different scenarios, awake, asleep, meditating, out, in, whatever, So as I said, it'll be really lovely to just dedicate some time to delve further and bring out more of, the magic that's inside.
More of Sharon, more layers of Sharon.
Yeah. We have a lot of people that are making lots of comments, by the way. And one of them is Carrie Butcher, and she says, when you were talking earlier about someone being there, she said it was your Scotsman. His name is Robert. And then later she says, it's Robert the Bruce, no lie.
Wow.
So I don't know if that rings a bell with you or anything. And Wendy Robert says, Sharon, do you sense your granny?
Yes, I do sense my granny, and she's with me a lot, but she comes to me in my dreams. Okay. And that's when I can actually see her and feel her properly. And we always have long cuddles. I just hold her really close. I can really, really feel her. Sorry, my throat's a bit.
Was she kind of ribby, or was she? Because I almost feel like when you're hugging her, I can almost feel her ribs. It's like we're hugging her close. And
yeah, she was quite frail. She was quite slender and frail, bless her, but very, very powerful character and full of beans. She had the most hilarious laugh.
Sweet.
But yes, I sense her a lot, and she sends me little messages as well. Because, for example, it was coming up to my birthday last year or the year before, and I just happened to go through a box and just found in the middle of nowhere a birthday card from my gran, which she had sent me when I was a little girl. I'd kept it all those years. And it was because I'd been asking her to give me a sign, please give me a sign, kind of thing. And it was just random, you know, that I'd happened to look in this box and this card came up. And at the time, you know, my birthday was about, I think it was in the following week. So to find this birthday card from my gran, just out of the blue like that, I knew that was a sign from her. But she'll come in and I can feel her energy. I can feel my papa's energy as well. But he passed when I was quite young.
Mm-hmm.
But I distinctly remember him, and he used to smoke a pipe.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been coming through a lot more recently. But that side of it is something I need to work with more, to be able to perhaps connect a bit stronger more often, perhaps. Or I don't know how it works. I don't know whether, you know, for example, Wendy and yourselves, you have people come in. Can you just call someone and will they just come?
They're helping you to open as you in your sound healing. They're actually opening you up. I almost see their energy going down your arm and into your bowls. So they're opening you to that energy where it channels through you to whoever you're playing for. Mm-hmm. So that's all I see, is that they're creating that opening, that pathway for you.
Yeah.
That's very cool, because that's a beginning to a really beautiful, you know, more and more of us, because the veil is really non-existent. I mean, there really isn't a veil there anymore. So it's just us being aware that they're there, paying attention. Yeah. And the more we pay attention, the more they make themselves known, the more they open us to the truth of us, which is like we are a part of, or they are too. So then we start to being able to channel that energy. It kind of comes, the way it's been given to me, and I don't know how many believe this, but it's that higher self part of you. The more you open to that, the more you're willing to shift into the higher self then channels these energies that have like an open pathway, a highway to come through.
Yeah.
So they bring that beautiful energy of source. So that's why we feel it when you're sitting there using those bowls. Our souls are like, oh, we wake right up. We're like, oh, source. We know source. We are source. And so it's like this wake up call to people. You're literally waking people up to the truth of who they are.
Yeah. Because when I play my bowls, it's just, I just feel so at peace, at ease, at home. You know, it's just the best thing in the world, apart from my children, of course.
Well, there's no comparison to our children, but yeah, I totally agree with you. When you're using your spiritual gifts, it's like you watch these people that play the piano and they're like, oh, it's like angelic. It's so beautiful. I was watching someone play, I think some kind of was it a bass or something yesterday? And I watched his whole body as he moved into this instrument. He became a part of it, you know, and he was so moving to the music. And that's what I see with you too. It's like, it becomes, you become like you're almost the bowls and you are one, and you're just kind of completely connected to it. Beautiful gift.
Yeah, because when I finish as well, I'm always just all fluffy and jelly headed afterwards, you know, and I just want to giggle. I usually just start giggling when I finish, you know, because I just feel so wonderful, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a powerful channeling avenue. Reality. Can get my words out there.
Wendy did respond to you, Sharon, earlier, and she said she can't call anyone in. It just happens for her.
Yeah.
And, Deborah Raybuck Sharp, it's her birthday today. Happy 57th birthday. And she said her mom and dad have been around her since 4 a.m. this morning. It's a beautiful gift for her birthday. So, you know, a lot of people are sharing their experiences with you as well.
Yeah.
That are out there that, have a lot of, and I don't know what this means, but Spirit wants to give you a Dundee cake, Sharon Boyle. What is that?
Yeah, it's a type of cake. Yes, yes, another Scottish delicacy.
Okay, okay. All right. And there are people here that are getting messages from ETs and all kinds of things.
There's a lot of that energy right now. Yes, I was asking for some removal this morning as I started clearing energy. I heard extraterrestrial. So a lot of this heavy energy that we're experiencing right now, it's not always good. You know, we think, oh, extraterrestrial, they're like that's where we've come from, whatever. There are some that are not so nice to have around. So the reminder is to remember to clear that energy too. If there's any extraterrestrial energy around you that is weighing you down, that's making you feel less or whatever, make sure you're asking to clear that too. Thank you for bringing that. Whoever brought that up, that came to me this morning and I completely forgot to mention it at the playground. So
Okay. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot going on right now. Have you noticed, Sharon, that now we were talking also earlier about Glastonbury. What I keep hearing that about that place all the time now. What is it quite magical or what about it? Talk to us about it.
Yeah, it is. It's the heart chakra of the world on the limb
Okay.
lines. So it is an extremely powerful place to be. And I went there, but I did one completely solo trip, and then I did a solo trip, but met a friend there, so that I could just go there and heal from the long-term relationship that we'd split. And it was, I particularly wanted to go there, obviously, because it was matters of the heart. And it is just full of the most magical things. So obviously you've got the Glastonbury tour, and I was getting up at the crack of dawn to walk up for the sunrise, and then we would come down and be busy all day and then go back up for the sunset. There's lots of people would gather there. Not so much for the sunrise, not many people want to get up so early at that time, but for the sunsets, people would gather up there and play drums and sing and things, and watch the sunset go down. It's such a magical place, and you can see way across all the way around. It's just the most beautiful scenery and so powerful. But within the actual town itself, you've also got places like the Goddess Temple. So you can go in there, and everybody must keep quiet in there. And they've got lots of beautiful tapestries and all kinds of ethnic things and candles burning. And you can go up and light a candle at the front, and then you can just sit down or lie down and just relax there. They've got beautiful music, incense. If you want to be saged, you can stand up, and there's always someone there who will properly sage you down with a fan thing, you know, all over kind of thing, and you just keep quiet and just enjoy the ambience of it all. It's just magical, and there's lovely voile curtains hanging everywhere, and it's just beautiful place. And there's also the Chalice Well. The Chalice Well gardens are set around the Chalice Well, which is where King Arthur and all of his knights stopped to drink water many moons ago. And I've got pictures of me by there as well, and I would meditate by there. And they had little rose petals all around it. And I thought, I'm sure they won't mind if I just take 3 of those little petals, which is my lucky number, to put in my special leather-bound book. And also little samples of twisted hazel and plants that had already fallen on the ground. So I collected lots of little sacred pieces from there to bring back as well. And the well then flows down, and there's a little waterfall thing. You can get in the water there, and there's lots of little nooks and crannies you can go through. It's just, the whole thing is just so magical. And there's also the whitewater springs that you can go to. And when we went, a few people stripped off completely naked to get into the water. You can do if you want to, but I thought I'll pass on that one this time. And,
definitely not they're arresting us.
yeah, but you can do it. You're allowed to do that. But I thought, I'll leave it, thanks. And throughout the streets, there's just all the beautiful trades and market stalls, and just selling loads of beautiful things, like this one we were talking about earlier. This is my lovely Indian goddess.
She's beautiful.
And just everything you can imagine. And they have a lot of very well crafted fae figures up there, and all the eating establishments full of the most delicious food, mostly vegetarian or vegan as well.
Ooh, good stuff.
And get meat as well. So when I went for that solo trip, I'd never been away on my own before. You know, I was so excited, and I packed my bags and off I went, and I got there and checked into my place, and then thought, right, start off with some food, and I found a lovely little place, and there was this beautiful water feature, and I was just in my element. Did all of that, then round the shops, and then I started off to all the sacred sites and just take everything in, and it's just so powerful. I mean, I had the most amazing time. I just felt absolutely wonderful, and I can't wait to go back again.
Well, take me.
Yeah, me too. I think we need to, or once all the travel restrictions are lifted, I think we need to organize a group trip, and you could be our tour guide.
Yeah, I'll be your guide.
Wendy, then Wendy, get ready. We're gonna
yes, Wendy. Yes, we got to meet up with Wendy as well, so we'll all go together.
Yeah, and what they do, there's many places. It's called an Airbnb. Basically, we can hire a big house for cheapest chips. Everyone chips in a bit of money and hire a gorgeous house. They have houses, flats, all different types of things, and we can all pile in a house, and then off we go, and we'll have the most amazing time. That would be so fantastic.
That would be lovely. Wendy says she would go with you also, Sharon, and Carol is like road trip.
Yeah.
So, and hello, Pachetta. So yeah. Oh, Mary Ann, Cindy, she's all in. So
let's go.
Yes, we're going to have this huge U.S. contingency. We'll plan it and go over. I'm serious. I've wanted to come back for so long. I was in the UK about 17 years ago, and I've been wanting to come back ever since. So it's time. And Carrie Butcher, she's in. So
a year ago, I didn't get to come to Scotland, so I really can we include Ireland, because there's some places there that I was like, man, Hill of Tara, I sat down on the ground and I was like, oh my gosh, like the energy there just was incredibly magic. It just like, I can't even, all of that area over there is so ancient. And, you know, like you're driving through the country and there's a sign and you pull over and there's a pile of rocks and it's sacred. Like you go to these sacred sites and they're just right out in the middle of the pasture someplace. It's just such an incredible
yeah. I've never been to Ireland. I'd love to go to Ireland, but there's still so much in Scotland as well that I want to see, the western side of Scotland.
We'll stay for 2 weeks, you know. We're gonna make this a long time.
Julie Kiss is also in, so I'm serious. I really think this would be a great one of those great travel trips to once everybody and Prachetta and Prachier, they're in too. Keep a seat for them. So I think that would be awesome. That would really be an awesome way.
I think we should. I was thinking, because I mentioned it a while back, I've been trying to get people to do it for years, but I was thinking 2022 would be a good year, because I don't think things are all going to be sorted out completely by 2021. We're nearly there. We're edging on that way already. So I think 2022, it's a really good number as well. You've got your 3 2s in there as well.
How about April 4th, 4/4/2022?
4/4/22.
April 4th, 2022. That's feeling right.
Yeah, that feels real good. Now, what's the weather like there in April?
That's when I went. It was April, May.
Was it?
Yeah, it depends. We can get really lovely weather at that time of year, but we can also get a lot of rain around Easter time. But we have this year had scorching hot weather ever since we've been off in this lockdown thing. For the majority of the 4 months, it's been more than 4 months now, it has been scorching hot with very little rain. But yeah, I think April is a good time, definitely. April, or I would say kind of July, August.
Okay.
July, August.
Everybody, let's put that intention out there, 2022 and Glastonbury 2022 tour. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Glastonbury 2022.
All right. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
And Debbie Gam says, wait until summer so you can see the crop circles.
Yeah. I think July or August would definitely be a better time than taking a chance on April, because it could be horrendous weather then. So yeah.
Yeah, well, if we do August, then I can get away from Florida, away from the hurricane season.
Yeah.
Okay, 8/8/2022 then.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, come over there for the Lionsgate. That would be perfect, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest, because a few of the tribe members all met at Mount Shasta for the last August and the one before, I think. And I would really love to have gone, but I wasn't in a position to do it at that time. But I'd love to go to Mount Shasta for Lionsgate one time. But yeah, Glastonbury will be a close second. Yeah.
All of it. We want it all. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, Porchetta wants us all to come to India next.
Sounds good.
UK is halfway from the US to India. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just make a world tour, everywhere. We're going all over. We're hitting the road. We're going to fly, drive, whatever.
Whatever it takes. Oh, and this gives me plenty of time to start saving money. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Yeah. Speaking of love it, one of the things that I really love is your singing bowl, your healing bowls.
What time is it?
Do we have a moment to do that now?
Would you like me to do it now or at the end? It's up to you entirely.
What do you think, Diana?
What time do we got? 4:04. Well, why don't we get it in there, because I don't want to run out of time. I want you to go as long as you want. Whatever time we've got after, we can just sit there in the bliss that is created through your singing bowls. Let's do that if you're okay with it.
Absolutely then. Okay, dokie. Let's just put that on so I've got an idea of time.
So everyone, we get a treat. We get a very special, unexpected treat. And that is Sharon doing some healing for us with the bowl.
I'll just close this door.
Yay.
That was my chair squeaking, by the way. Right.
Yeah.
Big breath.
Big breaths, everyone. Get yourself
lovely deep breaths with me.
Nice and easy.
Glasses off.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon.
Very nice.
Hmm.
Now that we're all in bliss.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I agree with Julie. So relaxing. Thank you.
Got a lot of hearts, a lot of people happy with that.
Yeah. I love yeah, so you can see us. I love how you use the combination of the crystal bowls and the metal bowls and is it, what is the first thing and last thing you played? What is that? Is that called a chime or is what?
Yes, a little chime. I'll pop the light on as well. It's got considerably darker. Let's pop the light on. There we go. That's a bit better. You can see me now.
Yeah, hello.
It got incredibly dark there. Yes, my mother gifted me this beautiful chime.
I love it.
It's really beautiful.
So yeah, it's really gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zenergy is actually called Woodstock Chimes, are the name of the company. Meditation chime from Zenergy.
Zenergy, what a great name.
Yeah.
Do you have a way that when I'm watching you and I'm watching you, you have like a pattern where you're working different bowls at different times? Is there a way, a definite way that every time you go back to doing that same thing, or does it change?
I just kind of go with the flow, but I definitely need some more bowls, obviously, but to bring more sound in, because I just once I've got the full seven, I'll be happier then, because I'll be able to mix more sound. Because I'm always conscious when I'm playing, thinking, oh, I've kind of played that a bit like that before, whatever, but afterwards, the reviews are always wonderful, but you know, it's like you're very self-critical of yourself when you're doing things, and there's only so many combinations you can do with the 4 main ones. But I just kind of just go with it, really. I just kind of decide beforehand what bowl I'll start with, and just kind of change it up that way. I'll start with that one this day, I'll start with that one another day, and then just see what happens. Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of people saying.
Perchetta says she's feeling better. Sorry, I was going to finish.
Oh, no, I know. Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, she just said it's amazing feeling better. So you've raised the vibration of the audience. So that's great.
Oh, wonderful.
Melanie says lovely, and Wendy said thank you, and just, you know, everybody's just, it does. I could feel it. In my head, I was kind of, let me put it this way. I used to pay really good money on drugs to get that feeling a long time ago. So it's really nice to have that really beautifully uplifting experience. And now you've done this a lot on Facebook and that. Do you have people come and have you had the opportunity, or do you do private sessions one-on-one with people over Zoom or Messenger or something?
That's the plan. So I've started my business page, and I've just been doing various lives just to get myself out there. But I haven't actually had a client yet. So yeah, but once the main thing I wanted to do was to do it in person when I've got my outbuilding sorted to be able to do that. But obviously with COVID and everything else going on, that's not going to happen for a while. So it would be absolutely marvelous if I could do the one-on-one sessions through Zoom. That is definitely the plan. Yes.
That would be wonderful, because I know I can feel it throughout my body in different places when you play the different bowls and when you play the combos.
Yeah.
So how does it feel for you?
It's just amazing. Every time I do it, it's a healing session for me as well as everyone else. But yeah, it just, as I was explaining to you before, it's just the most, if I could explain like ultimate satisfaction, I would say it was from the frequencies that I get from the bowls. It's just, and it just makes me feel, as well as feeling, you know, you feel a bit giddy and fuzzy headed as well. You just feel so, the clarity is just amazing. It's just like, you know, we're all constantly searching for something. It's like the search is over, is the best way to describe it. It is just amazing, and it affects every part of my body. I feel, the only other thing I can liken it to is when I've dabbled in yoga, and I want to do that as a daily practice, or at least a few times a week. And when I do a yoga session, I feel really cleansed, grounded, balanced, and amazing. So that's the most thing I can liken it to. But I would say that this was even better. It just makes you feel so wonderful and balanced and at home. Yeah, I don't know what other way to put it, really.
Well,
perfect alignment. You just go right to your center and you just lines you right up. It's like opens the channel, the energy centers just line right up. So then your energy is flowing the way that it needs to, which is where the clarity comes from. Yeah,
which is amazing. And have any of you noticed my screen is doing this now?
Yes, the energy.
With the energy, yeah.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, especially the closer you get. Move your body a little closer. It's like it's coming off of you. The energy is like, look at that. Feel that energy off of her? Isn't that crazy?
Amazing. I love that.
There was, I don't know who else felt it, but I felt an energy up to the one side of you. Like, see where the black chair is over here? Like right above that, there was, while you were working, there was energy in there with you.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't alone in that process.
Yeah.
I was like looking over
someone
your
was
shoulder.
someone was probably sat on the chair there.
Yeah, there was somebody there. You were not by yourself. It would be interesting if anybody else sensed that. I was like looking over there instead of looking down at you.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that when you're working on the bowl? When you're playing the bowls, do you feel the energy from the different entities that might be coming around you?
Yeah, I can feel always positive energies. And also, I don't know if you've ever seen me play. I didn't do it this time, but on other videos I've played, and I keep turning around. It's as if someone is playing a bowl over there. And in previous videos, I've watched it back and thought, I keep looking over there, and because the sound does amazing things, it does strange things as well when it's all mixing together and in the air, and then you've got all the other energies coming in as well. Yeah, I quite often will look back. It's as if someone else is over there playing another bowl as well. So that's quite an amazing thing. Yeah.
You know, before this whole COVID thing happened, one of the yoga instructors here locally, she also does all the crystal bowls and sound healing. And so she would have monthly these sound healing sessions, and we would pay a certain amount, and it was so cheap, but I would have paid 10 times the amount. And we went, and some people had those gravity chairs. Some of us laid on the floor.
Yeah.
And she did this for an hour. And I'll tell you, it was the hardest thing to get myself back in my body to leave that building. But it was truly one of the most healing experiences. I mean, and I've been in the healing arts for decades.
Yeah.
I found that to be one of the most profound, moving experiences I've ever had.
I know, it is amazing. And that's one of the things I want to do as well. I want to do workshops where I will go in higher places and get several people to come at once.
Yeah.
Then it'll be a really wonderful experience as well, with all the different energies as well. So, you know, these are all things for the future, and whenever the situation allows, you know, with the restrictions and everything. So, but yeah, if I can get myself set up doing clients over Zoom, that would be amazing. And it would be lovely just to play and play and play. That's why I have to set a timer, because otherwise I've got no idea what time it is. I just lose myself in it, kind of thing, you know. Yeah.
Rashetta says, wow, you are marvelous, Sharon. I felt my mom on the chair. It's really mystical.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless you, Pachetta.
So cool. So cool. And when we all come over there, by then you'll have more bowls.
Yes.
And we'll have a big group sound healing. How's that sound?
Have a concert.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah. Oh, you know, I would love to play my bowls at the top of Glastonbury Tor, but you'll all have to help me carry them up there, because I can't carry them all at once.
Each one of us can carry a bowl.
Yeah, they'll all have a carry bags. Now, actually, all the other bowls I bought didn't have carry bags, but the company are now doing carry bags with them. So I've emailed them and said, you know, I've purchased all these bowls from you. I'm a loyal customer and I plan on buying the other 3 with you. Would you be willing to, you know, pop some bags in there for the ones that I've already purchased, you know? And then we can all carry one up to the top, and I'll play at the top of Glastonbury Tor. That would just be fantastic.
That would be.
That'd be magical. That would be bliss. That would be like popping right into heaven. Forget it. We're done. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gone. Ping. We all disappear.
And because you are,
we're gone.
and because you're in such an elevated position as well, it will feel like that. Oh, yeah. It will just resonate across the land. So it'll just be fabulous.
Talk about ascension. Wow.
That would be it for us, wouldn't it? We would be ascended. We would be like Jesus being lifted. Like all of us are just like lifted off into the heavens. The chariot comes and takes us away.
We'll have to anchor ourselves down, you know, with some.
I'm going to tie myself to a rock.
Put a little chain around our ankles and that, so we can just float up so far and come back down again.
Mm-hmm. We'll tie ourselves together so that we all anchor each other to the ground.
Yeah. Let's do
that. And Pachetta says, and also on the banks of the Ganga River. It would be chanting. Yes, I probably pronounced that wrong.
That's all right.
Some people, you know, everybody pronounces it differently, but yeah. So that would be
Ganges, actually, the Ganges, not Ganja.
The Ganges. Okay, the Ganges River. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. Not the world traveler I would like to be, so I'll have to get that down before I go there.
That's all right.
Ganges. Okay. Now, Sharon, how do people get a hold of you if they would like to have one of these beautiful sound healings?
Yeah, I mean, either through my personal Facebook page or through the business page, which is Braw Beats. So that's BRAW space Beats. And then I can work with you. If we book in a session, I would like to have a consultation beforehand, whether it's face-to-face, through Messenger, whatever way a person feels comfortable, so I can get to know a bit about you and tune into your energies more acutely and figure out if there's any particular areas that you would need to work on more. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Brichetta was helping you.
Yes, she is. I'm sorry, I was a little distracted. She said that Gerald Ma'am Ganga is in Hindi.
Ganji? Is it Ganji?
Yeah, she said the guy. Would you say it again, Sharon?
Yeah, she has typed something different, I see, but I don't know whether that's another place she's saying, but the Ganges is the first one, and the second one she says Ganja. Oh, right, so maybe there is a place called Ganja over there as well. Oh, okay.
I
don't know.
I've seen it when I was in rebirthing school. We used to do this ceremony every morning, and that's how they pronounced it. So it was like, okay. And I am geographically challenged. Is that the right way of saying it? Yes.
Well, I just find it, if somebody pronounces something a different way, I just find it quite endearing, because, you know, if you've got no experience of the place or how it's pronounced, then, you know, you don't know how to say it. So it's, you know, you're perfectly wonderful in my eyes, Gerald.
Well, look at it this way. Here in the United States, depending on where you're living, everything has a different pronunciation. So
yeah, that's it.
Like, I'm from New York, so I come down here and I'm like, okay, this is the name of this park. That's what I call it. And then if somebody else says it, now Jim lives in a place called, to me, Wayland, and he calls it Walland. And, you know, like, so it just depends on where you're from. Maybe it's there's nothing really wrong with it. We just have our Americanized version of stuff.
Yeah. Ganga and the Ganges is the same.
Yeah, it's just a different way of saying it.
Where you are from, yeah. So
that's all. Thank you.
Thank you for the training today. Sharon, we need that.
Yeah.
We like to learn every day.
Thank you so much. I love learning new stuff. I really do. I just absolutely gobble it up. So thank you so much, Sharon. This was really quite wonderful. It's been such a pleasure getting to know you better through this whole pandemic. You know, there's been so many wonderful things that have come out of this pandemic. And for me, you're one of them. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm absolutely honored to be here, and I love you so much, Gerald, and I love you so much, Diana, as well. And it's a pleasure to have you in my life, and I can't wait to see you and hold you.
I just felt an energetic hug as soon as you said that. I felt your hug. So we're sending you energetic love today.
Well, I'll just jump in, end up in a big pile, you know, everyone hugging it like a rugby tackle, perhaps. Maybe that'll be a bit too rough. We'll go a bit gentle. Yeah, we'll go a bit more gentle.
I'm a big girl. I can take it.
You can handle it. Now I'm smaller. We got together somebody took a picture of us and I'm like, but I look like I'm 2 feet tall when I'm beside Sharon. Little round person beside her. She's so
Everybody
tall.
looks like that next to me. That's the problem. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but I'm 6. I always thought that I was fairly averagely tall, but I don't look tall next to Geraldine. It's okay.
Yeah. I'm 5'5.5",
Well,
and
that's
I've been,
me too. 5, 5.5. We're identical.
we've got to count the half. And Wendy, when did you say you were 5'5.5" as well? You got to count that ½ inch as well,
That's
you know.
We take as much as we can get, and that's only if I stand up really, really tall.
Yeah.
If I slouch at all, I'm losing it. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, it'll be okay. You know, I'll just stand in the middle and then we'll look like a pyramid.
Yeah, so when we get pictures, we'll just space ourselves. Carol Ann, she's tiny, but Carol Ann's going too. So we got all these different sizes and shapes. And then we have massive, gorgeous spirits inside that are all just absolutely perfection. So it's just a shell, right?
Wendy is 5'3", so
We're gonna be
5'3". I must, yeah, I think it's Diana I'm thinking of then, because there was definitely someone who had that extra ½ an inch, the same as me. So it's Diana, yeah.
5.5.
5.5.
as we close, I just want to say Carol Ann says, thank you, Sharon, for playing your beautiful bowls. And Pachetta is 5'7", so good. We'll have a pyramid somehow.
You will.
Bless you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
so
you,
much.
everyone. Many
Thank you
blessings.
so much. We'll see you guys again next week. And tomorrow night, I got to tell you guys, I'm going to do a live Zoom. This is going to be no one in particular is going to be on forever after that. I'm pulling anyone in that wants a live reading for an hour. If you want some kind of a reading or you want to spend some time just in the Steve energy tomorrow night, join me and be ready to go live. And if you're ready and you got Zoom on your device and you want to come in, that's what we're doing. It's going to be fun, a fun party time.
What time?
Now, is that tomorrow or Thursday? Or Thursday?
No, it's Thursday. Sorry, I was thinking today was Wednesday. It is Thursday night at 7 o'clock Eastern time. So that would be what? Midnight your time? Yes,
Yeah,
midnight in the UK.
I'll stay up for you, Geraldine. I'm calling you Geraldine now. I'm a bit tired.
Right. We're twins. It's all right. I get it.
Everybody thought we were sisters. When I was up there, when we went places, this guy goes, well, your sister. And we're like, yeah, that's close enough.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Accept.
Absolutely.
You're all my sisters.
Yes.
And brothers, if we got any.
Soul sister.
All right, you guys. I got a big old storm going on.
Yeah, so do we. So
Storm time.
we'll see you all next week, and do stay tuned for always every day at 9:30 at the playground with Diana, and also Thursday night forever after that. So we'll see y'all next week.
Bye, everyone. Namaste.
Here. I'm gonna actually take us off now. Bye, guys.